Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, Wanderers. It is I, Dave, the Tabletop Wanderer, and today we are going to be doing a one-shot, 1 month video with a little bit of a quick look, in the mix with the video. Our last quick look, we had a look at Dungeon Waltz and another game which was Cyber Memories from Ken K. That was from someone else. I can't remember his name. I am so sorry. Ken K was the adventurer. But yeah, today what I thought was we're going to look at Sharp Mountain Solo by John Fredricks. He is also the designer, author, developer of Streamlined Superheroes, which I've been using on the Shadow of Alnor Season 2. And he came up with this little, it's like 7 pages, little solo, really streamlined. This is streamlined, but this is even more streamlined. And I'll just do a quick look through this because Mage Hammer has already put out a video of this. And what I thought about doing for this month's One Shot 1 Month is mix a bit of these two things up. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to put Dungeon Waltz here to the side because I want to use Dungeon Waltz, but with the dungeon creation that it is in here. Which is on page 37, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, here we are. So I want to be using this for mapping out our dungeon, and I want to be using this for character creation and the gameplay itself. If you want to have a really good insight on how this works, go and check out Mage Hammer's video, and I'll leave a link in the description for that. And also, if I'm not mistaken, John has also made a video of his own on this system. It is a pretty simple system. It is 2d6s, and that's about it. I think it's role playing. I've got to get some better paper for printing this stuff out. But yeah, let's say, you roll 2 6-sided dice, 2d6s, and that's it. I got all of these here. We'll just use, whatever. Character creation. So let's get into character creation. And what I was thinking about doing was also grabbing these cards that I showed on the last video of Alnor, and like my beautiful wife, she got me these a couple of months back, and we might actually try and get our quest, our mission, our adventure through these. These are really big and like, oh god, like, okay, and shuffle them up a bit. I shuffled them before, but you can see me shuffling them now. So we are going to be doing what was I thinking about? Wanted to stay away from the medieval and the future aspect. Let's do a sort of a modern pulp sort of thing. Okay, so we're going in here to modern. Let's give our character a name. Let's call him, I don't know, let's call him Jake. So he will be Jake. Jake McDougal. Yeah, Jake McDougal. Let's do that. Jake McDougal. Okay. And think about their profession, species, and background. Well, species is going to be human. And Jake McDougal, he is, I want to do something sort of like Indiana Jonesy, but I don't want him to be an archaeologist or something like that. We'll just say that he is a retriever of artifacts. So he is a retriever of artifacts. Okay. And he has a background in military, and he's sort of a bit of how should I say, a schooled person. He's not, he's not a brute. He is a bit of intelligent. He is he's a half scholar, we'll say. So he is, how should I say, well informed. Okay, and that's our streamlined background of Jake McDougall. Now we have to choose 5 skills from the following list, or we can add some more. So we got combat close, combat ranged, driving, fitness, magic. We're not going to do the magic. I'm thinking about maybe, let's see, let's do it here, and his skills will be, we're going to do close range combat, so combat close, fisticuff sort of guy. He is also good at combat because he is military, ex-military range, but I'm going to say that he's better close than ranged. Let's see. Fitness, yeah, we've got to give him fit. He has to be fit, so fitness, that's 3. We need 2 more. Survival and tracking. And last but not least, let's say, because he is a bit well read, let's say he's good in lore and history / history. Okay, there we go. Now, assign your skill ratings. Assign them in the following manner. Skill rating of 5 assigned to 1 skill, so that would be the best skill that we have. And then we'll do 2 skills at 6 and 2 skills at 7. So we're going to do, let's do this like this, so that way we know what our skill rating is. Rating. And we'll put, okay, we'll do 5 into that. We'll do 6 in, I'll do 6 in that and that. So 6 into fitness and 6 into lore and history, and we'll put 7 in the other 2. There we go. And that is that. Now choose a species. We have we are human, and because we are human, we have 2 free advantage rolls per day on any skills. So human, and it is 2 free skill rolls per day. There we go. Now turn it over. What else do we get? Write down your hit points. Okay, hit points. That is pretty important, I guess. So let's do HP here. We'll do current and then max. Use the following chart to speed up things. The formula used is HP equals 25 minus fitness. Our fitness is 6. So if our fitness rating is 6, we have 19 hit points. So we're going to do 19 here, and we'll do 19 here. So that'll be our max. This will be our current right there. And now let's get our gear. Hit point here. I can just do a little heart here. That's a weird heart, but it is what it is. I can't draw. The system doesn't try to itemize everything. Think about what it would be reasonable for your character to have and what they can carry. Okay, so items. Let's do items here. I want him to have a 6-shooter, so a pistol. Right, he's got pistol / revolver. Okay, what else can he have? He could have a, I don't want to do a whip, that's too Indiana Jones, but, you know, grappling hook. I like grappling hooks. Grappling hook with some rope. grappling hook and rope, like what, 10 feet probably. Okay, it's all rolled up in his item bag. He's got a sort of a satchel. Pistol, revolver, grappling hook. Let's see if he... let's do this. Let's put in a journal, right? He's got a journal in there with a lot of notes and stuff like that. Now, that might be able to come in handy. What else can he have? Let me think. Pistol, grappling hook and rope, 10 feet. A journal. What else? I know. Brass knuckles. He's got some brass knuckles on him also. And a Bowie knife, a combat knife. There we go. And that is our items. Get your gear, we got that. Leveling up, that is it. After several adventures, okay, a sample character will be like this. Okay, he's got... That's basically what we got. Okay. General rules. Advantage, you roll 3d6s and keep the two high, the two highest. At disadvantage, you roll 3d6 and keep the two lowest. Opposing rolls, this is all in opposing rolls, which I really do enjoy. A little bit more on that later if I remember. We can do extended tasks. You may need 2 out of 3 successful rolls or 3 out of 5 to succeed at the task. Timers, assisting, magic zones, combat situations. We'll look at all that once we get there. Okay, now we'll put that to the side and let's grab some more. A new sheet of paper. That will be our character right here, and we are going to do our story. Okay, what I was thinking about was taking some cards out of this, see what comes up there, and then try and weave it into Dungeon Waltz. Okay, so let's see what we get. So first card, we got suicide. Let's get 3. A crime of passion. And a cover-up. Oh, I like that. So, suicide, crime of passion, someone's calling me, I don't know why, crime of passion, and cover-up. Okay, got those, throw those in there. Let's do it. So, Jake McDonald, he is retriever of artifacts, and he's meeting the curator of a museum, and the curator is talking to him and goes, "Oh, good morning. How are you? You must be Jake McDougal." And Jake goes up to him and goes, "Yeah, I'm Jake. What can I do you for?" "Oh, well, you see, we're looking for this certain artifact that has gone missing." And Jake goes, "Really? I didn't hear anything on the news, just like the Louvre." Yes, we kept it a bit hush-hush, to be honest. It's not something that we want the public to know about. You see, the artifact is, well, how should I say, very controversial, you see. "Oh, okay. What is it?" "Well, what is it? Let's see. What can we get? Let me see if there's anything in here that can help us with some items." You know what? No. I think, wait, give me a second. I think I got the perfect thing to use for this. Hopefully I have it here. But knowing me, I probably don't. here. No. Let's go here. And let me just do random. There we go. Right there. Let's get Moses Boyajian's D20 random tables. And in here, you got 200 or so tables that you can roll off for stuff. Okay? Yeah, you could do characters, personalities, combats and conflicts, taverns, temples, unique fantasy topics, so on and so forth. I do think, yep, here it is. We got items and things right here. So ancient relics, items on battlefields, items in a druid's cove, items in a fairy's, go and get this little thing. It is really cool. It is really, really nice. Let's see what we can roll on this. It is a D20 table, so there's 200 D20 tables in this book. Let's roll on this, and we got a 9. And 9 says, a tarnished silver chalice. Beautiful. So we get the quest is to recover a tarnished silver chalice. Now, is there a name thing in here? Well, wait, I know what he's got here. Oh, oops. I know what he's got in here also. He's also got some adventurous equipment. Where is that? Mystical phenomena. Where are those? Social content, pirates, NPCs, and characters. Is that it? Because I know there's heroic deeds, legendary villains. Come on. Legends of the Forgotten Past. Mage Guild members, merchant, mysterious hermits, mysterious strangers. Noble titles, patrons and employers, quirks and personal habits, secret identities, sidekicks, unusual NPC, villainous plots, and then we got pirates at sea. I really thought there was something like legendary heroes. Local heroes. Here we go. Thaddeus. Okay, let's roll on this then. We'll see what this gives us. 2. And 2 says, Ilara, the herbalist who healed the town sick during a plague. Okay, so this chalice belonged to Ilara, who was a herbalist. Right? Ilara the herbalist. And Ilara is known in this world as being the sort of first doctor, right? The first ever medical practitioner. Of the world, right? And what happened was, suicide, crime, passion, cover up. So, what happened was, we have to figure it out as we go along. That's what happened was. Okay. And so, the what was his name? The curator. Oh, shit. The curator turns to Jake and says, well, we are missing the silver chalice of Ilara the herbalist. You know, the first ever medical practitioner. Well, recognized anyway. She did have a sad passing. Her life was not very, how should I say, she was a bit of an outcast and very misunderstood by the community, but she is pointed out as the first medical practitioner of our world. And it is said that her silver chalice was imbued with some powers, some natural healing powers. And she did heal the town of a plague with that chalice. And Jake says, "Oh, really? I've heard about Ilara, but didn't know anything about what she did or why she became known as the first medical practitioner." Take a shot every time I say medical practitioner. So, do you have any idea who took the chalice? Well, no, not really. We really do not know. No, we don't. So, that's why we called you. You are the recoverer of items, aren't you not? Yeah. Okay. Just show me where the chalice was being kept. And so the curator takes Jake and takes him to a room. And in that room, there's this big picture painting of what Ilara was supposed to look like. And he starts looking around, and in the middle, there's this sort of little column with a glass dome, and there's nothing inside it. And he turns to the curator and says, "I suppose that's where the chalice was." Yes, that's where it was. Yes. And you have no security guard or anything? Well, at the time, the security guard left to go to the bathroom, to relieve himself. And when he got back, it was missing. And Jake says, "Well, no alarms or anything, didn't trigger off any alarms. You do have a security system." And the curator says, "Well, we are updating our security system, and it wasn't working at the time." And Jake says, "Wow, that's really convenient. No security system working. The guard just happened to have to go to the bathroom, and the silver chalice disappears. Okay, let me be. I'll see what I can figure out." And so the curator bows a little and says, thank you. And he leaves the room, closes the door behind him. And Jake starts looking around. Now, can Jake find anything in here? So let's roll this and see what... Can you find a clue of some sorts in there? Yes, but... Now, let's see. Yes, but we're going to use this. So today we're using a lot of stuff. Yes, but role and verb and noun tables, small issues, obstacle, and a conflict, or a conflict. So, what was it? Verb and noun. Here we go. So, he finds something to do with he finds a clue to do with the theft. But what? D100. Grab that and grab that. Yep. Okay. Let's do this. So verb. We've got a 55. 55 says banish. Let's see if that works. And the noun 75. 75 banish village. Banish village. I don't think that works very well for this. Let's roll again. Banish village doesn't really... So 18 here. That will give us meditate. And 60... Meditate smithy. It just gets weirder and weirder. So we got banish village or meditate, smithy. I'm going to roll on the noun again. 60. We just got that. 64. Protector. I like that better. Banish protector. Yeah, I can work with that. Okay, so he's looking around and he's checking everything, all the nooks and crannies in there, and he goes to the column and he sees there's a scratch right next to where the glass dome lays on top of the wooden column. And as he is looking at that, someone comes up from behind and takes a swing at him. Let's see what happens. So we're going to get Sharp Mantle Solo, and let's see what combat says. So combat is combat situations. Use combat close for fists and hands, and range for arrows, pistols, blasts, and yeah. Risk is trying to shoot a battle rope. Okay, no need of that. And damage. Subtract the dice result of your attack. Subtract the dice result of your attack roll from your opponent's hit points. Damage can be stun or lethal. So stun, subtract the dice result from your opponent's hit points, then they recover these points in 10 minutes. And lethal, these points can only be recovered through healing and rest. Okay. So combat, general rules. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some opposing rolls. I should get a different color, shouldn't I? Yeah. Well, they are different. We'll do Jake's dice will be the yellow ones. Okay, yellow dice. And the enemy, the bad dude, will be the reds. So we're going to roll 2d6s, right? And we roll 2d6. What does it say here? I can't remember. When you want your character to do something and there's a chance of failure, roll 2d6 dice. If you're trying to do damage, your damage is also equal to your successful roll. Damage is classified as either that. So we use that, and we're going to be doing close combat, so we have to roll over 5, right? And we'll just say that the enemy, I think he had sort of a generic thing for, I think it was 7 or 8, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we'll just say that this guy is a 7, okay? He'll have to roll over 7. We'll have to roll over, let's see, to survival. Yeah, we'll do a survival. So both of us will have to roll over 7. Him to hit, us to defend. Let me do that. So we got a 9 and he got an 8. So I'm going to say that the fella came up behind Jake and swung at him. But Jake saw this movement on the glass dome and he moves out of the way just in time as this big mace, or sort of, not mace, but let's say like a rod, goes and bang and cracks the glass dome. Little shards of glass go flying out. Just give me a second. I have to take this call. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that. Where were we? Oh, the guy came with this rod and tried to hit Jake. He moved over. The rod smashed the the glass dome, and bits of glass went flying everywhere. And I'm going to say, because he did roll successfully, but he got, he got more than the other dude. Yeah, okay, so nothing happened. I was reading that wrong. So he stays with 19 HP. Now, Jake, he gets up to his knee from his squatting position, and he looks up and he sees this guy in security clothes. And he goes to him, "What the hell are you trying to do?" And the guy goes, "You can't get out of here alive. I've got orders." And Jake says, "What are you going on about?" "I said I got orders." And the guy swings at him again. And we need a 7 for our survival. Okay, we got 8, and he got a 7. So he tries to hit us again, but Jake blocks his attack, because he also has to have a 7. Let's put 7 here, so we know that this dude has to have 7 points also. He has to roll over 7. Now Jake, he's got the fella's arm well gripped. Let's see what he can do. So he's going to do a combat now, and so he needs to roll over 5. Oops, let's go. Ooh, so Jake, he's got the guy's arm, and he grabs his other arm and he brings him in and goes bam, and smacks, gives him a great big headbutt. Okay, and I'm going to say this guy has, I don't know, let's just say he's got like 5 HP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just doing this off the cuff. And well, what happens is, how do we do damage in John's game? Let's see. Damage. So, subtract the dice result of your attack roll from your opponent's hit points. Damage can be stun or lethal. Okay, so we're going to take this away from that, but I'm going to say that he did defend these two, so he's going to take 5 points of damage, which will be enough to knock him out. He's just going to be knocked out. That's all. He's just going to be knocked out. The guy falls to the ground. There's blood gushing out of his nose. And Jake walks over up to him, and, well, he's over him, and grabs him and starts shaking. "Wake up, you. Wake up. I've got some questions for you." At that moment, because of all the commotion and everything, the curator comes in with 2 more security guards. And he goes, "What's going on here? What's going on?" And Jake, he's got the other fella who's knocked out by his shirt, and he looks up, he goes, "This guy tried to attack me. He said I couldn't get out of here alive. He said he has orders. Do you know anything about this?" And the curator goes, he's not one of my men. He's got his uniform, but he's got the uniform, but he's not one of my men. And he turns to the other two. "Do you guys know him?" The other, no. Okay. So Jake just throws him down to the ground, starts pounding him down, and he retrieves this sort of ancient piece of paper. And on it, he's got it. It's sort of like a photo of a map. If you can get, we're in the 1920s, 1930s sort of thing. And he can see this outline of a coast on a map, and there's this little red dot in the inland of that. And he grabs that and starts looking at it, and the curator comes around him, next to him, and he looks at it and he says, "Oh, that looks like somewhere in the South Americas. I can see that outline there, that coast. Oh, now I've really done it. Now I have to go and find somewhere in South America. Let's just say it's in the that looks like the coast of Brazil. That looks like in the middle of the Amazon with that little dot there." And so Jake says, "Well, I reckon that that's where we're going to be headed, but I don't know why would Lara's silver chalice have anything to do with the Amazon? And the curator says, well, you know, she did work some time in the South Americas. And actually, that's where she reportedly killed herself. And Jake says, what? She killed herself? Yes. You know, it was all hush-hush at the time, but official reports say, yeah, she suicided. Oh, okay, then. Well, I guess I know where I have to be going. And so he walks out the door. I'm going to move this along a bit. And so a couple of weeks later, and Jake is in the middle of the Amazon forest. And he... oh, come on, really? Oopsies. What, that? Not that. Oh, come on, really? What? Oh, my Lord. Where was that? That there. And that. So he's in the middle of the rainforest. And he's walking, you know, slashing through all the vines and the trees and all that. And he's all by himself. He didn't want to get anyone to help him out. And he comes upon this massive hill with all these trees around it and on top of it. And there's this stone door, and he's looking at his compass and the map, the photo of the map and his map, and he's saying, yeah, okay, this is the right spot. And he looks at the doors, these big stone doors all carved with intricate symbols and like snake heads and stuff like that. And he can see that the vines around the door have been cut recently, couple of days, maybe weeks, because everything else is overgrown, but the door is nice and, you know, clean and open. He walks up to the door and he looks down at the door, and on the bottom stone he can see that there are some scratches on the stone telling him that the door has been opened. He grabs his fingers, he puts his fingers in the little gap, and he tries to pry it open. Let's do a fitness roll, see if he can do it. So 6 or higher. Oh, he does. He nailed it. And he starts to pull the door, and the door starts slowly open. And he walks in, and he is in the entrance of this cave system. Well, let's say it's not a cave. Let's say it is a sort of a tomb/temple. Okay, so we are going to roll on Dungeon Waltz. We got a D8 roll that we need to do. So let me find myself a D8 if I can. That's not it. I got this. This is easier like that. Got a D8 right here. And we're going to see the entrance. So the entrance would be something like this. Let's go. We got a 6, and the 6 is that right here. So we get a wall and 2 doors. I'm going to do is, I'm going to spin this around, and we got the 2 doors coming in. I really wanted to, oh, there it is. Let's do it with this. Okay, so this is going to be our tomb/cave. We'll figure out that later. So we got some stairs that are coming in here, and we got a wall, and then we got another door here. So right there. And we got a door right there. And these stairs will be these right here. Okay, so in Dungeon Waltz, the black lines are walls, the brown lines are 2 doors, and the purple lines are exits and doors and stuff like that. So we got that. I just flipped that around so we have this here, right, like that. Now, the first room at the dungeon is here, which all new rooms will branch out from. The entrance doesn't count towards finding either the dungeon core or quest objectives. Let's see, how many rooms would this tomb have? Let's roll D8 or D10. Let's roll a D10. Let's roll the D10, see how many rooms this has. Okay, 2, no. Okay, 9 rooms. That's better. Oh my God. I'm not going to... 9 rooms total. So, Jake walks in, and he can see that the tomb is all carved in the stone of this hill/mountain. Vines are growing everywhere. But he noticed something that is pretty weird. The tomb is old. It is old. But the walls are lined with torches, and the torches are on. They have been lit. Now, I'm going to say all the doors will be open, unlocked. So we are here, and we're going to be moving south. So we got here moving north, moving south. This is a D66 roll. So let's roll to see what our next room will be. We got wait, let's do it this way. This will be the 10s, this will be the 1s. So 56, and 56 is this right here. So as he walks in, he finds this sort of open area, right? Everything, I'm going to put dash lines here, but this is all open. He walks in and he can see that this whole area is open. And he's looking around and he's finding it weird that this is open. There's some rubble around here, which indicates that there was once some walls there. Okay, now with Dungeon Waltz, when you walk into the dungeon, how do we grab bestiary, encounters? That's what I meant. 26 encounters. So how do we get encounters? 25, 24, 25, 26. This is service of rodent. No, this is resting at inns. Okay, I really missed that up. Rumors, quests, dungeons, dungeon name. Well, we could get the dungeon name right now. Yeah, D8. We had a D8 right here. Tomb. Let's see. Dungeon descriptor. Oh, this is 66. Tomb. We got 35. Tomb of Daunting. 12. Tomb of the Daunting Creature. You know what? Let's do Tomb of the Daunting. What have we got here? No, not apprentice, because Ilara wasn't an apprentice. What can we get? We could say she was a master. Yeah. Yeah, she was a master. Tomb of the Daunting Master. And that's the name of our tomb. Now, I'm looking for moving north, moving south, moving east, entering rooms. Here we go. Now, on entering your room for the first time, either at once or one at a time, roll a d4, d6, d8, 10, and d12. Okay, let's get all that. Let me grab this. So we're going to get d4. Let's grab these. The d6, the d8, which should be around here somewhere. That is the 12. I know I have it. D8. So D4, D6, D8, and we need the D10 also, and the D12. So we need to roll on that room. So we're going to roll all of them just to be quicker. So the D4, we got a, let me put that over to this side, D4, D6, the D8, the D8 right there, the D, that's a D8, the D10, and the D12. So for the D4, we got a 3, and that says character plus 1 enemy. Okay, so we do 1 enemy. For the D8, which is the D6, where is it? D6 here. We got a 4. Oh, that's a trap. Okay, how does this work? Specific what that is depends on which of the dice rolled obtain that maximum. D4 combat encounter, D4 D6 treasure encounter. Oh, the maximum. The maximum that we got out of all of these was the 7. I think that's how it is. So it is an event encounter. So we roll all of these, and then you see which one has the maximum number, and you get you go from there. So we got an event encounter, and now we have to go to the event encounter. Where is it? That's traps. Then you know if a 12 is rolled on the D12 when entering a previous zone in the room, an event happens inside that particular space. I think that's how it works. On entering a room for the first time, either roll at once or one at a time. Roll a D4, D6, D8, D10. On a maximum possible roll on each of these dice, there's something in that room. Oh, okay, I get it. So if we get a D4, the D4, if you get the 4, something's going to happen. So we got nothing on all of them. So the D6, we got a 4, that's another. D8, we got a 3. The D10, we got a 5. And the D12 got a 7. So there's nothing in that room. Okay. I think that's how it happens. So if we did get the D6 and we got a 6, that will give us a treasure encounter, and then we'd have to roll on the treasure encounter and see what came up there. That's how it works. So let's go back to, we were moving south, and now we could go south or west. Let me just do right like that. So we can go south or west. Which way should we go? Let's say, let's do 1, 2, 3, we go south, 4, 5, 6, we go west. 1, we go south. So we're going to roll on this again. Let's get 2 of these, D66, and we got a 23, and 23 is that, which is actually not too bad. So it comes sort of in line with what we already had. So he moves in a bit more, Jake, and he notices that the whole thing is open now. Bits of rubble everywhere and stuff like that, but he can see that there once was walls here, but now there is not. Let's go ahead and roll on this again, see what we get, if we get any of these at maximum. So on the D4 we got a 3, nothing. The D6 we got a 5, nothing. On the D8, we got a 5-0. On the D10, however, we did get a 10. And on the D12, we got a 6. So we have to go and see what the D10 is. So D10, scavenging counter. And the scavenging counter is right here. And let's roll a D8 for that. Where is our D8? I have one right here. Here we go. Got a 3. Resource. So we got some resources. Nice. So let's go here. Let's write up. Let's do this here. Do inventory. Is it inventory or inventory? I always say inventory. And let's do resources. And we'll probably have to see what that is. Okay. Now, 1, 2, 3. Let's do, that's easier. We do 1, 2, 3. See which way we're going. 3. So he moves on to the west. So moving west, we're going to roll on that table right there. 35. And 35 is this room right here. So he gets here and he sees that there is now 2 walls right here. And this one over here has a door on it. I'm going to count these 2 open spaces as one room. And this will be the second room now. Sort of a hallway that was here. And let's roll on that room right there. So let's grab all of these bad boys. We got a 1 on the D4, a 5 there, 6 there, nothing, a 9 there, nothing, and a 3 on the D8, nothing. So there's nothing in here. And now we'll say that he is going to keep on moving west. He's going to open the door and he's going to walk in, and he's got a 62, and the 62 comes up with this open up here again. We've got a wall right here, and there's a door right there. This would be room 3. Let's roll on this then. Okay, we got 2 on the D4, which is nothing. Oh my lord. D4, 5 on the D6. We got a 4 on the D8. We got a 3 on the D10 and a 1 on the D12. So nothing happens again. And I'm going to say then, so this is room 3. We got 6 more rooms to go. But I am going to finish the video here. Okay. It was a quick little one shot. We haven't finished it yet, but I think I showed off quite a bit of the 2 systems. I do enjoy John Fredricks stuff also, and Moses, and Mage Hammers, and Solo Spelunkings. I do really enjoy it, and I do like Sharp Mount on Solo. I'll leave a link in the description for this. And I do enjoy using these little things. They're pretty cool. I will be using them more in the future. Good little oracle, which, you know, with other oracles can complement quite a bit. So I showed a bit of Solo, the Sharp Mount on Solo system right here, and a bit of the Dungeon Waltz also. And yeah, if you do enjoy these 2 systems, you know, the links will be in the description. Go and help them out. They're pretty, you know, cheap, and you do also help out people that you know, give a lot to the community. Okay, thank you all for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video to this month's one month one shot. Oh, okay. 1 month one shot, and I'll see you all on the next one. I want to give a big shout out to my members: Chad, Jamie, Grognard. Also go and check out Chad's channel, Mage Hammer, and Grognard's channel also. And Jamie also posts up a lot of stuff on the Facebook groups, my Facebook group, and I think I'm really tight, but yeah, go and check them out also. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you all on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you do want to become a member, just throw out a buck. There's a link there also. Okay, have a great one. Bye bye.